We're thrilled to be making a Marvel game. It's just a natural fit for us. We're all massive Marvel fans. It really checks the right notes for a proper beat-em-up game. It's a license that's been very solid over the years. It really caters to an older audience that have grown up and got kids, and now they can share that experience with their kids.
When we started to think about what our next beat 'em up would be, I think on top of our list, the universe that we love the most was the Marvel universe, especially the universe from the comics and the legacy video games.
Yeah, exactly. The video games, the cartoons from the 90s, we felt that it was like pitch perfect to be in a beat 'em up video game. Also, there hasn't been like a new Marvel beat up in such a long time. We felt like really lucky and happy that if we could get to do that, like we'd be able to bring a new version of that to players.
And the Marvel legacy in terms of video games, especially the old school arcade or even the home consoles, was pretty rich and something that we really were excited to dive in. We have obviously great memories of the Saturday morning right after the cartoons, just opening your home system and booting the latest Spider-Man game.
As a kid, I really loved collecting trading cards and action figures. I also spent countless hours in arcades, spending all of my pocket change. And Marvel is really a massive universe, so it's really like an honor for us to be able to find a little piece of lore and do our own rendition of the game.
I think we have a lot of Marvel fans here at Tribute, myself included. I grew up watching the cartoons, Spider-Man, X-Men. I grew up also reading some comic books. And now with the shows and all the movies, I've been a fan since as far back as I can remember. And now working with them is really fantastic. Our relationship is really good. There's a lot of collaboration between Marvel and Tribute. Their feedback is fantastic, and it's just a great partnership, and it's a great fit for a beat-em-up game.
It started with the 60s Spider-Man cartoon, which was still being aired on TV way back in the 80s. There was a publishing house that translated some of the comics, so I remember reading a lot of classic X-Men and Spider-Man, also in French, and then later on playing the console games and the arcade games. So the characters have always been following me in some sort of way ever since I was a kid, and it was like a real thrill to be able to give back and help out create our own versions of these characters. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is inspired by Annihilation, which is a 2005 comic book event from Marvel. It's a big cosmic saga starring Annihilus, who decides to attack the whole of the cosmos.
And in order to make things more exciting with what we do best here at Tribute Games, we decided to go with a what-if scenario in which the Annihilation wave decided to strike the 90s eras of the Marvel Comics universe, in which the cartoons, the video games, the comic books, everything was super strong and iconic for the audience.
This felt like a good starting point for us because it has like a strong antagonist, and that antagonist has great recognizable armies of bugs and enemies that we can design. And also it stars Nova and Phyla-Vell, who are our playable characters. Felt like a really fun type of adventure if we could base a beat 'em up off of. The Annihilation story originally does not get to Earth, but we wanted to bring these enemies to Earth so we could have all these recognizable characters that the fans would love to see face off against Annihilus. Annihilus is the living dead that walks. He's the lord of the negative zone. He has gathered mysterious energy and power, and now he has access to a massive army that he sends outwards to colonize the entire space. He's a great villain. He has that flair. He's a big, cackling, menacing villain, so you really want to take the fight to him. You really want to punch him.
We're very excited to have Annihilus as our main bad guy because obviously he's not there very often. He's a very surprising choice, but also a great character in itself and an amazing villain.
Tribute specializes in modernizing gameplay, but keeping the retro feel. We felt like Marvel had a broad variety of games, but we could bring something that was left in the past. So bringing back a Marvel beat 'em up with today's modern gameplay was a right fit for us.
We bring like that old school retro feel, but modernized for today's audience. I think the beat 'em up is a genre that Marvel hasn't really touched in a long while. So bringing that experience to new players is fantastic. And I think we have a lot of new characters or characters that don't really get the spotlight that often that we'd like to introduce to new players as well.
With Marvel Cosmic Invasion, we wanted to bring a fresh experience that also feels like it's an experience that you can remember about, that is inspired by the legacy, yet feels unique and modern at the same time. It's the great adventure that you can share with players of all ages and go on into this amazing adventure.